Grasses, the foundation of the farm's meat production. These greater symbols cover rangelands, offering the forage needed to grow, reproduce and support the farm's productivity. On the surface, their nutritional value seems underestimated, but understanding how the veld's vegetation and quality relates to animal nutrition makes feeding and supplementation more effectively. By observing the landscape closely and knowing the farm's geography, farmers can gain practical insights into where and when the forage is most nutritious and how to make the most of it, ensuring animals get the right balance without waste. For productivity, understanding the nutritional value of the veld starts with knowing its type. Veld is generally classified as sweet, sour, or mixed based on the palatability and nutrient content of the vegetation it supports. This simple framework helps match animals with forage that will sustain growth and reproduction efficiently. South Africa is rich in biodiversity, with some of the highest of endemic species anywhere. Its landscapes are shaped by 9 distinct biomes, each with its own soils, vegetation structure, and associated climate. The country's varied topography adds another layer of uniqueness. Sweet veld is found in lower lying areas and semi-arid savannas, with annual rainfall between 200 and 500 millimeters. It makes up majority of South Africa's velds, mostly across the western regions, and is often interspersed with acacia woody species of plants such as trees and shrubs. Areas such as Vryburg, Ganyesa, Morokweng, Taung, Kurman, and Kimberley are typical sweet veld landscapes. Many assume that sweet veld is dry and that winter grazing must be harsh, but it behaves differently from other veld types. Most grass species in sweet veld retain their palatability and nutritional value throughout the year. This means animals can make good use of forage year-round, maintaining condition and reproductive performance more steadily than in other veld types. The reason lies in the plants themselves. The nutrition translocation from leaves to roots during winter is minimal, so the forage remains usable even in drier months. Sour veld occurs in high-lying areas, often mountainous areas that receive more than 650 millimeters of rainfall per year. It includes tall grasslands and broadleaf savannas such as those in Mpumalanga and those in the northwest, and it is found in areas like Zeerust, Brits, Rustenburg, Swartregens, and parts of Koster. These savanna regions are dominated by Combretum tree species. Sour veld is only palatable and nutritious during the growing season and roughly around October to May. It's about 6 to 8 months of good grazing, when animals are in their reproductive season and in strong body condition. Grasses in sour veld lose palatability and nutritional value as they mature. This happens because during the growing season, nutrients translocate from leaves down to the roots. Unlike sweet veld, which maintains better quality forage, sour veld is only palatable and nutritious during the active growing season. A more holistic feeding approach and supplementation strategy is therefore essential for the winter months. Breeding programs should align with the October to May growing seasons so that calving falls during the times of higher forage availability. In sour veld, grass quality is highest during the early growing stages, but as the season progresses, nutrition drops even while forage quantity increases. The same is true for shrubs and trees. Quality declines towards winter. This means producers should start supplementing a few weeks before winter, not after. By the time the veld starts to look dry, animals may already have begun losing weight, even if it's not obvious. Supplementing early helps maintain condition and is cheaper than trying to restore lost muscles later, since maintenance feed costs are far lower than recovering all the feed costs that have been spent. Like any other veld, the challenge comes in winter, June to September. For this particular veld, once the growing season ends, the grass becomes low in nutrition. This creates a period of forage stress, especially for lactating cows where natural grazing alone cannot sustain productivity. Unless the farm has a holistic fodder flow program or grazing management strategy. In savanna systems, many woody species begin producing new shoots and leaves even before it rains, triggered by longer day lengths. These early leaves are rich in protein and provide an important feed source when grass is at low quality and cannot alone sustain the animals. For example, goats browsing on shrubs may get 12 to 20% crude protein during the early leaf flush. But by late season, that drops to 7 to 14%. For grasses, crude protein falls from 12 to 15% in the early season to just 3 to 6% by late winter. The main goal of winter and spring supplementation is to correct nutrient deficiencies and stimulate appetite so animals can better utilize the available veld. Timing feeding just before quality crushes helps protect condition, lower costs, and ensures herds enter winter stronger. Mixed veld occurs in the transitional zone between sweet veld and sour veld. It provides grazing for around 8 to 10 months of the year, longer than sour veld but not quite year-round like sweet veld. The nutritional value of mixed veld depends on how much of the available plant material an animal actually consumes, as well as how efficiently the animal can use those nutrients. A mineral lick plays an important role, not just in winter, but also in summer. It encourages appetite and increases veld utilization, helping animals to make the most of what is available throughout the year. In summer, when the nutritional value of the veld is at its highest, a lick supports intake and ensures animals use the forage more efficiently. In the winter time, when quality drops, it helps stimulate appetite so that livestock continue grazing and avoid conditional loss. Each veld type, sweet, sour, and mixed, offers its own strengths and challenges. By knowing the land and matching management practices to veld's natural patterns, farmers can keep animals productive throughout the year. The right balance of grazing, supplementation, and mineral licks not only sustain herds but also makes better use of veld itself.